Hi everyone! There. Just wanted to pop on here and have a little chat about reversing aging. It seems like such a good topic when you're aging along. You think, how can we press the pause, stop, reverse?
So we're going to be talking about how to reactivate your stem cells. We don't know whether you've heard of stem cells. We're going to talk a little bit about those so that you can feel years younger. And this is all naturally as well. So
brilliant.
Stem cells. Let's start with those.
What are stem cells? You know, stem cells are the body's master cells that can change into anything and fix and rebuild your body.
So, basically your stem cells turn into any other type of cell. So a stem cell can become a skin cell, a muscle cell, a kidney cell, a heart cell, a brain cell, whatever you need. And they help to repair and rebuild the body. So when it gets damaged, they help to repair it.
So a wee example of this is, we all know about the muscle damage after exercise. When the muscles are sore, that's like the little tears that happens when you've been lifting weights or working out hard. You cause these little tiny tears in your muscle fibers, and your body can recognize that damage, and it calls for the stem cells to come and repair. And so when we're really young, that happens nice and quickly, but when we get a bit older, that is
a little
slower.
harder, as we all know.
It takes more time because the stem cells have gone down, have declined and reduced in number. And the stem cells are so important.
So, it's those new muscle cells that then get repaired and rebuilt. It repairs those tiny tears that were made during the exercise. That's what allows you to actually get your muscles to become stronger and a little bit bigger if you want as well. And if you've been listening to us for any length of time, you know that having great muscle is an absolute key to living well, to living independently, and to really thriving in your life as we get a little older.
Yeah, and without enough healthy stem cells, our muscles will stay damaged for longer, and that can lead to all kinds of weakness, fatigue, and slower recovery, and you feel older. This is no good.
So another example of where these stem cells can come in is if you've got any cartilage damage in your joints. Your cartilage is that smooth tissue that's in between. So we think of your kneecap, the cartilage is in between where the top of the leg meets the bottom of the leg in the middle of the knee. That's the simplest way of putting it. And that can get worn down over time. And as we get a little bit older, or you've maybe overused them, if you've been running for a long time or doing, repetitive injuries can lead to that cartilage getting worn down. And when the cartilage becomes damaged, your body knows about it. It is really sore. So the body tries then to send the stem cells to that joint to help rejuvenate the cartilage. And when you get some new cartilage cells, then that allows that to repair so that you can get ease to that joint.
So it really helps to protect the joint, reduce the pain, keep you moving smoothly. And if there are not enough stem cells in your body, they're not active enough, the cartilage just keeps on wearing down, and it can lead to things like arthritis.
So, when we think of the stem cells like your body's natural repair team, that's kind of what it is. The stem cells are there to naturally repair the things that get overused with time, and so the stem cells are there to help you become healthy again and to help fix those issues and those problems in your body.
Sounds good to me.
So give us more of those stem cells.
More. So boosting stem cells supports our feeling youthful, the healing that we can have, and our longevity, which is so important. So over time, our cells experience that wear and tear from oxidative stress, from inflammation, from environmental toxins, from DNA errors as we age, and just natural cell aging.
And so, as we get older, our body's ability to repair damage declines. So we all know about that. We know it takes longer to recover from all of the little things that happen to us. And mostly that is because our stem cell numbers and function actually decrease over time. So the stem cells, we have fewer of them and they're not working as well.
So as we've already said, the stem cells, they're essential for healing the injuries, replacing damaged cells, keeping your skin, your brain, your joints, your organs, all of those things functioning really optimally.
And so as we age, our stem cell numbers decline. When we're born, we have loads and loads and loads of stem cells. And as we get older and each decade goes by, the number of stem cells decreases dramatically. And certainly as we get into 60s, 70s and beyond, there's very few stem cells left. So that means that your body cannot heal and repair itself as well. And basically that's what we call aging. You know, we've all heard that expression, there's no fun in aging, as people just feel like everything's not working so well. But that's really what's happening. The stem cells are dropping off and your body is not able to repair itself.
So, but what if we could boost and reactivate our stem cells so that the cells could be repaired again? Well, then we can reverse aging.
Hey! Give us more of that.
So then we can repair what was broken, we can restore what was declining, we can recharge what was slowing down. You can see we're a bit excited about this. So it's not just slowly aging, it's, we're reversing aging.
And so, there's over 80 clinical studies proving that this is possible. And they've actually now discovered how to do it, which is what we want to tell you about today.
Yeah, I mean, we came across this through a couple of friends who were posting about the results, and we were totally intrigued. It was like, what is going on there? What are they up to? What could cause such a huge turnaround in someone's life? I mean, to us it seemed totally extraordinary. And,
we have a friend, she lives in Spain, and she was posting about her husband, and he was basically losing his mobility, and he'd pretty much become housebound. But I think it was 8 or 9 years ago, he actually woke up totally paralyzed one morning, and he went off to the hospital, did lots of, looked at him and whatever, and they didn't come up with anything. He then went to see his osteopath, a chiropractor, I think, and the chiropractor said, okay, well, there's some difficulties here, but there's nothing you can do about this. You can only just try to manage it, and that surgery would be way too risky. You're going to be in a wheelchair within 3 to 5 years. And he'd got to that point where he was pretty much housebound, couldn't really do any of his normal things, couldn't go out to walk the dogs, none of that was happening.
And life really took a downturn for them because and they heard about a product. They heard about a product that might help, but they were extremely skeptical, and but they were totally desperate and decided to give it a go. So from that moment on, everything changed for them. Now he is totally mobile, so even things like going out shopping, doing the normal things of life has totally changed. He hadn't been on a flight for 9 years, and just recently the pair of them were off to London on a flight. He was lugging the suitcases and weighing them on the scales and all of this sort of carry on. It was like, gosh, for a guy that was told he would be in a wheelchair in such a short space of time and was given really no hope for any possible treatment that wouldn't be totally risky. It was a total life-changing time for them, for both of them really.
And our friend herself, she had a torn meniscus in her knee, and she was struggling with ligament and tendon issues in an elbow after a dog had tugged her too hard, and all of that has now healed, and those aches and pains have gone away.
So these lovely stem cells are being busy healing and repairing as they should. And then we had another friend that we had heard from, and she had tinnitus. And she was saying how emotionally draining it was, and how she was really quite tearful very often because the sound in her head was just overwhelming. And so she'd been using this product, and the tinnitus is almost completely gone. She says she'll get the odd little reoccurrence, but there's been months now between her having it and even had another experience. She believes it's completely gone now.
Yeah. and she also was experiencing sort of total body pain. She has various issues and a lack of energy, and that is now also so much better. So when those stem cells are rejuvenated and helping to do the healing and the repair that they need to do, it's just amazing. When we understood this idea of getting your stem cells back, or rejuvenating your stem cells, we thought, right, okay, we are a bit skeptical. This is a little patch that you put on yourself, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense, but
we'll have a look, because we kind of knew that if you could reactivate stem cells and make them more active and increase their activity, then you know, that was going to be a major, major win. So we were very, very interested. Yes, we were skeptical. Both of us had various injuries from previous years and various niggles that come with aging.
We're not getting older.
We
No,
we won't.
We won't.
do it. Okay, so we've been using this product for just over 3 weeks, and you know, we didn't really know what to expect. And I noticed within the first week, I felt so much stronger, and I thought this is a bit odd. And the way I noticed it really was because I'd been playing golf, and you know, my swing had got a wee bit shorter and a wee bit less, and wasn't able to swing as powerfully as I used to because I had various back niggles and various restrictions that were keeping me. I could play golf, but it was very much in a restricted way. And now I was able to go out literally within a week and hit the ball full power and see my ball soaring, soaring down the fairway as it used to do. And so that was just after a week. So I was like, oh gosh, could this be anything to do with that little patch? It was really totally stunned. Then I've also had this struggle going on with tennis elbows, both arms, and I had these straps that I had to wear on 2 arms. And I have to say, when I started HRT, that was almost, well, it was a lot better. It was a lot better having started HRT. But the pain was still there, but not as bad that I had to wear any strapping on it. But now that pain is totally gone in both elbows, and so I can now go out and grip the club without that sort of pain every time you gripped your club. It was sore. So all those things, so much better with all those extra stem cells running around.
And for me, you know, I had been struggling with this really niggly ankle for the last 2 to 3 years, on and off. It wasn't there persistently all the time, but I was definitely struggling with it. And just before we started these patches, it had got to the point where I was kind of hobbling down the stairs every morning and limping around the golf course a little bit. And it has improved significantly. I can't say it's completely away yet, but obviously with something like stem cells and repairing, it takes time. But that has improved a huge amount. I also had on my left elbow, tennis elbow and golfer's elbow, which means basically both sides of the elbow. And, you know, I've still been playing lots of golf over the last 3 weeks, but yet that is starting to improve. I don't have to wear the strapping on it anymore, and, you know, I'm barely noticing that when I'm playing, so that is a huge amount better. Sleep for me has improved a lot. I'm sleeping much better. And, you know, I actually had quite a major surgery to reattach a hamstring. It's about 4 months ago now. And so, you know, stem cells work in a way where they go to the most important bit first. So the fact that I'm getting changes in my ankle and my elbow is amazing, but it's also going towards that injury that I had. You know, that is still repairing, and I'm working hard in the gym. My rehab has been going well for the 4 months, but over the last 3 weeks, it's been amazing. Every time I go to the gym to do the session that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm getting a little bit stronger, and I can really feel that strength growing. Which is very exciting. And, you know, I think it's just amazing when you can feel those changes. I can feel the leg getting stronger. I know it's getting stronger, and that is just, it's so fabulous.
Okay, so we've been chatting about this patch, and what on earth is it? No, it's what on earth? It's not an HRT patch. The patch itself uses phototherapy, and it's it's non-invasive. It's a method that reflects specific wavelengths of light back into your body, so that it can boost what they call a peptide called copper peptide, which really is scientifically shown to activate your stem cells. It promotes tissue repair, reduces inflammation, and encourages youthful gene expression, which is
we'll have more of that.
Have more of that as well.
So, you know, it sounds bizarre that this little patch that you put on your skin, it does all of that. And, you know, when the stem cells are reactivated, then your body starts repairing itself, just like it did when you were younger. So when you were younger, you got a cut or something that repairs really quickly. You pull a muscle or something that repairs really quickly. So, you know, people who are using the patch, they often report that they're recovering faster, they've got less pain, they've got more energy, they're thinking clearer, they're sleeping better, and a more youthful appearance. So we'll keep sticking to that one.
Yeah, no drugs, no chemicals, nothing entering your body, which is absolutely fantastic because we're not really keen on that.
No, it's much better without.
So the result really is age reversal at the cellular level while your stem cells are busy doing their real job. And you know, research shows that stem cells can be reawakened, they can be reactivated, and the body does begin to repair aging related damage, which is excellent. And within weeks, there are really measurable improvements in mobility, energy, biomarkers of youth.
So this really is about reversing aging. It's not about just slowing down aging, it is actually about reversing aging.
The patch, it doesn't add anything to the body, it simply reactivates the stem cells that we have so that your body can heal, renew and thrive. It's not a quick fix or pain relief, it's regeneration and repair of your body, and the stem cells will go wherever they're needed the most.
So it's recommended that you use the patch for 1 month for every decade of your life, plus 1 extra month. So for me, I'm still in the early 50s, so that's 5 months plus 1 month, 6 months. And that's to give your body time for those stem cells to renew and to really bring the levels up and see what changes you can make in that time.
So if you're interested in finding out more about these patches, there's a website that you can visit and find out all of the details. So we'll put the link in below this video and you can go along to that and find out a wee bit more about it.
Yeah, and so when you find out a little bit more, if you would like to get started, if you're ready to renew your stem cells, reinvigorate those stem cells, then email us at hello@superchargeme.co.uk, and then we can have a chat with you and arrange the best package for you to get the best prices and the best option that would be right for you.
Okay, so the future of feeling better and moving better and aging better is really here. We're just 3 weeks in and it's really unbelievable the changes that have happened already, and you sort of think, gosh, it's only 3 weeks. I wasn't really expecting too much in 3 weeks, but the changes that have been quite
dramatic. So
writing notes and making little notes and being aware of what's happening.
So there is lots more supercharging to come.
Very excited to see what's going to happen for me in the next few weeks and months. Okay.
So we hope that helps. Take care.
See you
Bye
soon.
for now.
Bye.